Alright guys, crazy day. It's just one of those days you're going to run 3 trucks and you can't keep up with everything. Stressful. Right now we're just coming through Monticello. We're going to Rock Hill to do a rekey on a house. They got a few locks. They just bought the house. Then we got to go to Lock Sheldrake. We got an 08 Civic to do over there. Then we are going to Ulster. Actually, we're going to go to Liberty after that. We have to install a Kwikset deadbolt that somebody bought, and it's a drive-in latch, and they can't install it themselves, so we're going to go pop that in for them. Then we got to shoot to Ulster County, and we got to do a Subaru down there. And the Subaru, they have an old programmed key. They don't know anything about the car. They just want to try to reprogram. They got a key from the dealer. We're going to try to reprogram that back in there. We got a shul to take care of still. We have a gas station that we need to take care of. There's just, you know, that's the one with the panic hardware from the other day. There's just not enough hours in the day to keep caught up with everything. But anyway, let's get rolling here and we'll get some of this done. Alright, so we're just in the backside of Wolf Lake here. In Rock Hill. We're just going to find this cabin. There's a bunch of little cabins right on the lake, and we're going to get these locks rekeyed. Alright, so we took care of that house, had 2 Baldwin handle sets and a Baldwin on the garage. Just keyed everything alike. And I fixed his garage door for him. It was dried out and it was binding up in one spot. I sprayed some oil on it for him and it started working perfect again. Anyway, we are on our way to Lock Sheldrake now to do this 08 Honda Civic. Alright, so I'm just pulling into this Honda Civic here on this campus. He has a remote. He has the remote portion of the key, but he does not have the blade for it, so I think I can get away with just reshelling it and doing it that way. And this is what we have for a key. It's got one of those red shell replacements, so I'm just going to take this out. It's pretty busted up, and we're going to just reshell it. Alright, so we're going to pull the factory key code for this key. And the cylinder's in there. Super dirty. Let's run some oil on it so we can see. So here is our cylinder. Not that this phone is focusing, but the code is M203 and it's written right there. The phone's not focusing for some reason. Okay, so this is what we did. I'm just reshelling this. This is going in the Durashell, and I'm just going to pop this thing together and we're going to cut it by the code. Alright, so this Honda key is cutting, and I'll be back with you as soon as it's done. Alright, so here's our key. It's perfect in there. Try the remote. Perfect. And let's try this ignition. Not bad, I'm getting good at this locksmith stuff finally. Wow, that needs a little oil in there. Okay, but anyway, let's pop the cylinder back in here. Okay, that's good, and we're moving on. I did oil up this Honda ignition for him. As you can see, it is nasty in there, but now it works perfect. Just need a little juice. Okay, so this Civic is done here, and I am going to move on to Ulster County. That way I can get that out of the way, because I may be able to clear 2 jobs up in Liberty later this afternoon, but it's already 3 o'clock. We'll play it by ear. Alright, 06 Subaru Outback.
Oh yeah, it's hard to turn around. I need to pick up the Rebuses on the way down. Yeah. Outback there. It's funny when
Security
Home Depot
on right there. Program keys.
So
Select
I
the
actually
vehicle.
ran a diagnostic on it last night, and it said check immobilizer circuit, and it said circuit was not shorted, and it had a check mark saying that it was getting a signal from the immobilizer, so I'm assuming that it's working.
Failed to communicate.
What?
Not smart.
I also checked the fuses. It should be getting energy, but I don't know. I'm stumped.
Seems to be communicating now.
Where's the
Security
original
just
key?
went out.
It's on the keychain.
Security's out.
Let me go and get my credit card.
All right.
Program success. That one's off. Other key in and on. Yes. This key may not be good. This is the original. Security did just go out though.
So, do you have to like reset it first and then program it, or do you just
blinking.
program it on
That
top
key
of
might
it?
not be good.
I'm not sure how that works per se.
That's it for keys. Programming complete. Let me just unhook.
I can get my laptop with the free SSM scanner, see if the code is still there. P1715 or something,
Fuel
immobilizer
pumps on.
reference. Ooh, almost went. Security. Ooh, boy.
Sounds
Starting.
like it's way out of time, this car. Oof. Security is out. Get to the gas pedal here.
I cleaned the cam sensors, like, everything's fine. The fuel
Security's still
pressure's fine,
out.
new seals detectors. Ooh,
Wow.
shit. Wait.
All right, this will run, but it's way out of time. Something's screwed up with this car, but security is done.
Yeah, don't
That
do
was
that.
key.
Break something quick. That might be a valve. I wouldn't.
That is the other key. They are programmed in. Both of them, his original and that. All right, so it wasn't the Impreza, it's the Outback in front of it. Program the keys in there. He comes out, he wants to check codes again, and he's got some ghetto pirate software stuff. What's he do? Deletes the keys right out of the car. So I had to program them in there again a second time, and the car runs, the car starts for a second, it dies. There's obviously a problem with the car. The car needs Subaru or a mechanic or something. He unprograms the keys with whatever this laptop software stuff is that he has. But anyway, I'm paid, I'm leaving here. You know, I told him if I can do something with it or I can't do something with it, you know, you're paying me $150, and if I can program the keys, you know, it's going to be X amount of dollars, which is more, of course, if I can do it, but it's $150 minimum. I'm not driving out here, plugging in, wasting my time, and then not being able to do something because the car is a piece of crap. That's not my problem. You know, I'm here to program keys. I try to do what I can. You have to pay. You know, but of course they paid. They had no problem with that. But, you know,
chitty chat the whole time. They know everything, but there sits your car stranded in your yard, still needing Subaru. And he's changed injectors, fuel pumps, and I mean everything under the sun's been changed in that car. But anyway, we are headed to Liberty to do this Kwikset lock, electronic deadbolt, whatever it is that we got to install for this guy. All right, I'm gonna let this play a little bit. All the guys in the city probably are wondering where their water comes from. This is one of the reservoirs that retains the water for New York City. This is considered Round Out Reservoir. We're gonna be coming up on here soon with all the ducks pooping in the water and the guys fishing, peeing off the side of the boat. This is your water. And then after this backs up like 9 miles of water. It's huge. And after that, you come into Neversink Reservoir. There is a bunch of reservoirs upstate here that retains the water for the city. I mean, most of the poop and pee, it all gets dissolved. There's so much of it. But this starts it right here on the right-hand side. You see the reservoir. They're actually doing work on it now. There's guys out there fishing and everything else. But this body of water on your right-hand side of the turns, that runs for literally 9 miles and backs up all of New York City's water. Pretty interesting. There's actually towns underneath this that have been flooded and everything else to make the reservoirs over all the years. And they have their own police department that patrols them and everything else. And there's always people fishing here and all that other stuff. I find it quite interesting, but we're cutting through this way to go back to Liberty. We have to go take care of that Kwikset electronic smart deadbolt, and I'll turn back on when we're there. We got about an 18-mile run to get back to civilization. This is just part of the reservoir that houses all of the water for New York City. This is one of them. I think there's 9 reservoirs in total that house this for the city. If I can zoom in. It's huge. Alright, so now we're going over top of the Neversink Reservoir. This is another huge body of water that backs up miles and miles and miles of water. This is also New York City water supply. And they sunk the town, they flooded the town of Neversink and Bittersweet in this valley to put the reservoirs in. They did move the cemeteries though, I can tell you that. But when the water level gets low, you can actually see parts of the old houses and the chimneys and stuff like that when the water level gets down really low. Just thought it'd be interesting for you guys to find out about. Alright, we are just pulling into this warehouse here at Liberty, and we're going to see exactly what we got to do with this lock to get this door working for them. So this is what we're looking at. 1 inch with a drive-in arrow, US lock, something. So this is what was in there. Seen a little bit of moisture over the years, but still functioning. And this is drive-in with the wood behind it. This is the Kwikset that comes with it. I'm going to put it on one of the old style drive-in latches that I saved. Alright, so this is the Kwikset Halo. Customer actually bought it themselves. This is installed on the old Kwikset drive, and you can't do anything with it as far as the latch goes because you run into solid wood behind this unless I were to actually cut the metal out of this. So with the old Kwikset, it runs perfect. I had to fix this so something would hold the door closed and a big combination lock plate. Now with this door, when this closes, it has the panic bar on there. This closes, locks closed tight, and this works absolutely flawless. And when you hit the lock,
locks it all the way in, and it's perfect.
All right, so that Kwikset is on there. I had to adjust the panic bar. Everything's rotted to pieces on that thing. But anyway, it's 5:30 now, and I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll catch back up with you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you. Don't forget the thumbs up.